just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. And I'm asking a question. Are black men alone or abandoned? Because people like to talk about abandonment and abandonment issues, right? So people have been talking about the lonely black men. So I decided I just thought about it and just have my own little take on things. In general, men don't mind being alone. In general. So for guys to be alone, it's not really a big deal for most guys. If you're looking for sexual companionship, you get antsy from time to time if you don't have somebody to have a roll in the hay with, right? So, but when it comes to black men in particular, I don't think y'all realize most black men are accustomed to being alone in the black community. So, because you can make the case that most black men were abandoned by the black community. They had the community turn their back on brothers. So, when you look at people like when Dr. T.S. Johnson talks about, black boys, how black boys are being raised, black boys reading, black boys getting not helped with their education, black boys being kind of sabotaged from becoming adults and becoming men. People skip over the fact that a lot of these young boys have to become young men on their own. And the community doesn't look out for the boys the same way it looks out for the girls of the same age. So, let's just say the 1 to 18-year-old boys are treated differently from the 1 to 18-year-old girls as far as support system. So by the time these young boys become young men and grown men, we're accustomed to not having a community or not being part of the community, as people would say. So a lot of y'all believe that, these men are thirsting for love and attention, which you can say brothers are because they're starved for it. But here's the problem. You can make the case that you can't miss what you never had. The issue is we've watched the community give it to other people. So we know the community has a capacity to give love, care, concern, and support to other people in the community. Now, even when you say, well, the community supports black men all the time, the community supports criminals and degenerates. The community supports you people who you would consider womanizers or people you would consider deadbeats or self-sabotagers because all they need help. But the people who are productive and progressive and just all around everyday people who are doing the best that they can, those black men don't get that kind of support. Sorry. Because he gonna be all right. He good. So when people go, oh man, these black men, they're just longing for attention and love. And it's like, this is why people are having this issue with guys dating abroad or dating interracially or dating black people from a different culture in America. Because it's very simply put, the community doesn't even know how to treat or relate to black men. It was never your thing. The same thing goes for, the whole parenting dynamic, the relationship dynamic, the dating dynamic, where doing something for a black man seems to be like pulling teeth. It's sacrilegious. It's, why I gotta do something for you? Who are you? So it's on autopilot, leaving black men completely alone to be by ourselves unless we're doing something for you is pretty much the norm. So since that's the norm, guess what? That's what guys are used to. So when you think, oh, these guys are lonely, and they're like, I never had you. You never had my back to begin with. So if I'm depending on you to fulfill my quote unquote loneliness, I already know that's a losing battle because that's not what you do. That's not what you've done. That's not what you're raised to do. So maybe I am by myself. Maybe I can venture out and be around other people because you're not, I'm not important to you, and now you're not important to me. So I can be by myself. I've made it so far by myself. What's the big deal? And I'm just saying, you can make that case. So what do you think? Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.